Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is Ashley if you are new, and I'm here to plan and what is kind of one of my favorite planners right now. I can't really narrow it down to say my absolute favorite, but I'm really loving this. It's super fun. I really love it. And yeah, we're gonna get going with it. So I'm going to piece together a kit this time, which I also love this planner for that very reason, because I can totally do that with this. I'm going to be using bits and pieces of leftover kits and things like that. This is absolutely gorgeousness from Scribble Prints Co. It was her March 2021 mystery kit. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is just the full boxes from that kit, and then I also have some full box checklists that will go just fine with it that are also Scribble Prints Co. And then yes, those are glossy and these are not, but we're still going to add these Planner Pixie Co boxes from a leftover kit that I had, and we got quite a bit of those to add. And then I am going to add some of these Sweet Tea Plans and Chloe Co glitter headers for us to use. So we got lots going on, but we're going to go for it. It's going to be adorable, and you shall see. For washi, I'm going to have to pull some, and I didn't do that because why would I? I forgot. So I think we will use this one. No, we will not, because it's not. It's like a blue-green, and I don't want that. Let's see. What about this guy? No, I don't like that either. What about... Well, I don't know. Hold on. Please hold a moment. Let me go look at my washi on the wall instead of in my drawer. All right, I think we'll pull these in. I kind of wanted to pull something with that peachy color, but I don't see anything that's catching my eye with it. So we're just gonna go with this. I could pull in this one because this totally has it. So I might do that, but this just isn't quite green enough, but I might do that anyways. We'll see. All right, so we're gonna get started. Next week, we will have Jaren all week, but we will just be doing homeschool lessons, and it's nothing special. So I don't really have like a whole bunch to like say that I'm pre-planning, but guess what? I did get some fresh Tombow. Oh, it's just something about it, y'all. So glad to have that. I actually started planning this week and realized that I didn't have any Tombow left, and I was like, well, I can't plan if I don't have Tombow, because I literally use it all the whole time in this planner. And now that I have fresh Tombow, I'm just going to go ahead and Tombow out all the things that I know that I'm not going to use. This is a Dollar Tree washi. Okay, another thing that I forgot is to pull day covers, and I think, sugar. I just poured out that whole thing and I didn't mean to. I think that trying to figure out where I put the day covers. I put them in this bin with all my stuff in it, and I don't know which one I put it in and why I put them in here, because it's not easily accessible when I stick them in here, but I did it. So I'm trying to figure out if I have any. I think I should, right? Like, I should have some, but I don't know. I might have to pull them from the booklet, and if I do, that's perfectly fine. Just want to know if that's the case. I think I'm just going to use these. It has like a bunch of pink in it, but I think it'll be fine. I think it will just be fine. All right. So we're going to do Monday, and let's start with these tomatoes over here. All right. So I'm a little bit tired. We did get home at like midnight last night because we went to a special church service that our denomination has, every year, and it's like where all the churches get together in one church, and they, you know, have church for a week and have special services and things. And our pastor was preaching the last night, and so we went to support him. We just wanted to go because it was really cool and fun, and it was really nice. We really, really enjoyed it. So I was really happy. Okay, I am curious if I usually put, yes, okay. They're being really loud as usual outside right now. I don't even know what they're doing. But they're gonna bother the neighbors if they don't stop. Yeah, so Killian apparently broke something of Tristan's, and now Tristan's mad at him, and then all of the things. So that's what they're dealing with outside. Yeah. Okay, so I wanted these specifically for this color because I just feel like it needs that pop of red. And so that's fine. So we're going to use 2 colors from there and 2 colors from here. That's kind of how I think we're going to go with it. All right. Why am I putting that there? That doesn't go there. I'm starting to forget the way I do this, and the reason why I love it so much is the functionality of doing it the same way every single time. So something that tends to happen when Jaren is here is that Jaren likes to get Tristan's attention, and that's because Tristan is the one that's closest to him in age, and he tends to try to pull his attention away from Killian and only to him, which I do understand the psychology of that. I do get it. But it makes Killian feel like super left out. And since Tristan and Killian fight all the time anyways, you know, it doesn't go over very well. And it makes Killian feel like super left out and super bad. And then, you know, Killian is a very, I'm supposed to put a header there. Killian is a very emotional person anyway. Okay, so it can get a little bit tense around here. And then Tristan and Jaren get along until they don't. And so that can get a little tense as well. And it just gets, it's just very, there's a balance, okay? There is a balance for sure of things in the Johnson household. Okay, I keep getting interrupted. If you can't notice, that is what's happening. I'm just getting interrupted quite a bit. And I'm about to get interrupted again because that's just my life right now. Okay, anyways, I think that it's quite a shame because I think that sometimes we don't talk about how the difficulties of a blended family. And I think it's because we're shamed into thinking like we're bad people, or we are a step monster, or we're awful, or whatever for talking about it, because that's, you know, I remember one of my videos, I wasn't even complaining or saying anything, you know, to speak of. I was just kind of venting about how difficult it is, you know, to co-parent with someone who has very different values and parenting styles and all of that with someone else. And somebody commented, and you know, it was an ignorant comment. I mean, it just was. It was an ignorant comment about how I should be ashamed of myself and blah, 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 blah. And for a while, I stopped, like, talking about anything to do with it at all. And my tweezers are missing, and that makes me, like, so sad because I think that they're in another room. I think something happened to them, and now I have to use my second favorite, and I don't really want to. But anyways, for a long time, I stopped talking about it. Why did I grab these when these are exactly, like, the numbers that I need that are gone? Like, why did I grab these? Anyways, I I stopped talking about it for a really long time, and I wouldn't say anything about it, and I would just keep my mouth closed. And then I thought, you know what, that is silly and stupid, because I'm a genuine person, and I always am honest and transparent on my channel. I'm always like telling you guys the way it is. I don't sugarcoat things. Like, and why in the world am I going to hide a real life thing that's happening in my life when that's what I preach about all the time, is that people aren't transparent and people aren't honest and people don't say the real deal, and people, you know, I try to say the real deal of things in my life to help others, and somebody else is probably going through the same thing you are, so you should talk about it. And that's what I say all the time. And I was like, why am I scared of other people's opinions when I know I'm not a step monster, and I know that I take care of Jaron like he's mine, and I know that I do this? But, you know, I feel like it's something that we feel like we can't talk about because somebody else is going to think that we're partial to our own kids and we mistreat the other one. I mean, people are so touchy about it. And I get that there are those people who mistreat their stepkids, and I get it, and I get how there are step monsters out there. But I think sometimes we look too much at fairy tales, and we don't understand that, like, a stepmom and a stepdad, they're people too, and they have emotions, and they, you know, it is hard to co-parent, period. It's hard. It's hard for everyone involved, not just the step parents. So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. It's hard for everyone involved. The child, because they're pulled in different directions. It's hard for the parents on both sides and the step parents on both sides. It's difficult, especially when you have other kids involved. And, you know, it's the same way at her house. Like, she has another child with her husband, and we have a lot of other kids, and so, you know, it is difficult, but you just navigate through it the best you can. And I feel like sometimes the best way to navigate through difficult things is to talk about it, and we feel like we're not allowed to, you know. And something I hear all the time, I don't even know why I'm on this soapbox, but I think it's just because I was just dealing with arguments that are happening, you know, and so I felt the need to speak about it. But part of the thing, something I hear all of the time, can I speak? Something I hear all the time is like, you knew that he had a kid when you married him. Well, yes, of course, but I knew a lot of things when I married him, and I still married him because I love him, and so I love his child as well. That's not the question. But I didn't know that how his mom was going to parent her child. I didn't know how we would parent because we didn't have any kids yet. I didn't know how I would feel about issues that come up with children because I'm not a parent. And there's so many things in life that come up that you don't know. Yes, you knew he had a child, so you chose to love him and his child. But that doesn't mean it's going to be easy all the time. Just because you made the choice, you know, you can make the choice to do a lot of things that aren't necessarily the best choices, but that doesn't mean that you just, you know, that things aren't difficult and troubles don't arise because of those choices that you made. It's hard. It's not easy, you know. Every single thing that comes up, I don't like that. I love this washi. I like the washi with this, but I don't like it with the header. I mean, with the day cover. I think it clashes and it looks like too many colors. It's not cohesive at all. We might be able to get away with the day cover, but not when it's with that. So we're just going to continue to use this every day, and that's fine. Got a little market going on, and that's cool. I think it goes a bit better. So, but anyways, I just I can't stand that. It burns my biscuit, you know? It burns my biscuit because people just, they don't understand, and they open their mouths about things that they don't understand, and they treat you like you're horrible and doing something wrong just because you have a hard time with things. And, you know, the fact of the matter is, it is hard. It's hard raising children, period. Marriage is hard, period. But then when you add extra into it, you know, it's like I tell people, like, I'm the woman of my household, right? I am. But and I'm the woman of my household all the time. But when Jaren's over and things happen with another child who also belongs to someone else, that means that another woman from another household has to get involved in my household, because decisions have to be made. And we are just not those kind of people who just make all the decisions and don't include her, because I wouldn't want somebody to do that to me. That's just not right. You know, if it has to do with your child, we're going to include you on it. If there's behavioral issues or a question of something, you know, that you might not feel comfortable if we do this, we want to make sure it's okay with you, blah, blah, blah. We do that because that's just common courtesy. And so, you know, that is involving why do I keep trying to do that? That's involving another woman in our household. And that's just difficult, period. And it's always going to be difficult because I'm the woman of this household. I'm the, you know, the ruler of this roost in the female department. But I have to allow someone else to come in as well and have part in decision making. And to be honest, more weight in decision making with that child than I have, because I didn't birth that child. And so it's a lot of those decisions come down to him and her, but we're the him and her. You see what I mean? It's just a thing, I'm telling you. And there's a dynamic there, and it was created by God between one man and one woman, and, you know, things happen, and that's not the way it went. So now there's baggage there, and I could preach, y'all. I could preach on a soapbox all day, but that's not why you came to this channel. The point of it is difficult, and I feel like we should be able to speak about it, because the more we speak about it, that's better for the child. Because now we know how to navigate through these issues, and it's better for the child. Because we're not frustrated and dealing with things in silence. We're actually seeking help from other people going through the same life, same issues, and then we can gain from each other. And that's important in all of life, to be able to gain from each other. And it's better for the child, because then you figure out what the heck you're doing. It's like parenting advice groups on Facebook. Like, I've learned some things through those advice groups. Like, people are asking, I'm like, oh, well, I never thought about that. I'm kind of curious too, you know? Like, you can't do anything by yourself. That's why it's said, the saying goes, it takes a village to raise a child. It is the God's honest truth, y'all. And if you don't have your own village, sometimes you just have to reach out to people. Go through things together. It's so much easier than going through them alone. But I say all of that to say the dynamic is very different when Jaren's here, and it is very different when he is here for an extended period of time, because there is a adjustment process that has to happen on everybody's part. The dynamic of the household changes because another member is added that is not always here, and that member adds things from his own household that we don't necessarily do around here. And so, you know, it can be confusing and a little bit strange for everyone involved for a while. And then, you know, by the time everybody gets used to everything, he goes back home again. He goes back home, and then we go all over again. We start all over again. So, yes. It is, you know, raising kids is a thing, man. It is a thing. And that is just, it's just very interesting, like the differences I've just had to learn. Like, you see people out, and you may go to church with people, and you can tell by their kids that they may raise them differently than you do, or you sit and have a chat and you talk about things, and you can tell that they're raising kids is different than the way you raise them. And it's interesting to see other people's, you know, perspectives and things. But then when you have a stepchild, it is very interesting because you can like see it firsthand. And so it teaches you a lot about a parent. If you'll open your eyes and let it be, and be teachable, it will teach you a lot about your parenting style. Is it the best way? Or, you know, about, is this really the way it is? Yes. Okay. So now I started with red. So I do the light green and then the dark green here. And then this one. Okay. Anyways, so like, if you have young kids watching this, please don't let them hear this part. I would never want to do that. But like, for instance, our kiddos are just very inquisitive. They're very inquisitive, especially Tristan. Like, I don't think he ever stops asking questions all the time. But they, you know, Tristan knows about sex, and he knows where babies come from, and he knows about certain fairy tale, fictional things not being real, like all of them. And Killian just recently point blank came and asked me if things were real, if people were real, and I told him no. He does still believe in the tooth fairy because he just lost a tooth, and he does put stock in that and believe in that one. But all the rest of them, no, he doesn't. He figured that out on his own, came to me and asked, and I almost cried because my baby is not a baby. He figures all this stuff out on his own, and he's asking me. We never lie to our kids. Like, if you come and ask a question, we're going to tell you the truth. Now, we may have to water it down for you in an age-appropriate way, but we're always going to tell you the truth. And so that's just kind of what happened. Now, Killian is 6, so he knows all of those things are not real except for the tooth fairy. And I think he really does know. He just wants it to be real, so he's just going along with it for now. But, yep, so there's that. And Tristan knows all of those things. He learned about sex because when he was 8, because he was just inquisitive. Now, he doesn't know every little detail of everything, of course, but he knows, you know, the basics, you know, he knows. And so, Jaren will be 12 this year, and he does not know any of those things. So he still believes in all of those things, and he does not know anything about that word. Now, we would never tell him because, first of all, that's horrible. And second of all, if his mom wants him to believe, then that's her prerogative, and we would never burst her bubble and disrespect her that way. It's just not right. But, you know, he's in public school, and in my opinion, you may be different. You may be completely different. But a 12-year-old, if he doesn't know, he's probably going to learn it from some crazy kid who knows way more than he should in an unhealthy way. And his bubble's going to be bursted by somebody it shouldn't. And he's going to learn things in a non-healthy, traumatic way. That's how I did it. My parents were they sheltered the crap out of me, and my mom got pregnant when she was 16 with me, and so they were like terrified of anything to do with knowledge in that area, I guess. I really don't know, but for whatever reason, they chose not to tell me until I was about 12. I already knew everything, like, and I was a very, like, quiet, like, what is happening? Is this right? No, it's not. I already did this. Okay, so I need to do this one. I already knew everything, and I knew it in very terrifying detail. So, I mean, my view of that was skewed from a young age because I was told by somebody else, and then I had to pretend like I didn't know because she was telling me now, so obviously, like, I wasn't supposed to know these things, and so I had to pretend that it was the first time I was hearing it, like, you know, and it just, I just don't want that for my kids. I want them to hear it from me. I want them to hear it in a godly manner. I want them to hear it in a healthy manner. I want them to have a healthy view of it from an early age. I just believe in that strongly. And so, you know, my kids aren't even in public school. If they were in public school, good Lord, I might have told them at 5. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. But you know what I mean? Like, in a very healthy way. I think it's time. But that's my opinion. And so, you know, at this point, Joshua's getting to be like, okay, it's about that time. Like, you know, and then he'll probably push for it. But Joshua's just the kind of person who would just rather no confrontation when it comes to it. So, you know, but at some point you have to kind of advocate for what's important. But, you know, it's just different parenting styles. There are different parenting styles. She does a very, like, no discipline parenting style. We don't. If we did no discipline parenting style, I'm pretty sure all of them would completely run over us. And we would be bamboozled by all of the kids getting their own way and not being very good humans. And so we have discipline in our house. Not hard discipline, not strict discipline. Let's be honest, we don't. If you saw my kids, like, they're extremely well-behaved kids, polite, good. Where is the green? I had another green one. I guess I used it. But I didn't think, oh, dang it, Ashley. I didn't think I did. I thought I was going to and then put it away, but could be wrong. Dang it. But anyways, it's not very strict or hardcore discipline. Joshua was physically abused when he was a kid, and so discipline is usually my thing. He just, you know, but crap balls. I didn't put the to-do header there. But, you know, we do discipline, and she's a very no discipline kind of household. And so it's just different. And when you're blending two very different things together, it's just, you know, issues can happen, things happen. So I don't know why I'm on a soapbox about that today. And I'm supposed to use this one. Dang it all. I'm just ruining all of the sequences. Which that's a lot of green on this page. Yeah, it's a lot of green. I think I'm just going to keep this one. Nobody will ever know except for you, and you won't tell, will you? I just need some of that pink in here because it's a lot of green. Okay. But anyways, it's a thing. It's a thing. And you navigate through it and you raise all of them and love all of them. You know, if you give a kid love and you give them enough love, you can't be messing up too much, right? Like, I guess you could show them too much, like, soft love, and then they can't fend for themselves. They can't stand on their own 2 feet. We will not be those people. But, you know, you can't love them too much. You know what I mean? You can be too easy on them, but you can't love a child too much. So if we give them so much love and shower them with love, we can't be messing up too much. So that's what we try to do. When in doubt, just love them. Support them, love them, encourage them, push them. Push them to be who they're supposed to be. And you can't go wrong too much. I did this all wrong. Y'all knew, didn't you? And I'm not going to be able to not fix it. So, real life, you knew I did it wrong too. And I wish I wouldn't have put the 2 greens together this way because it's kind of annoying, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to make mistakes, try to fix them, and learn from them too. If you guys know what that's from, you are my best friend. It's from Daniel Tiger. And Daniel Tiger actually has some wisdom, you know? Okay, now we're on the dark green. Goodness gracious, get it together, Ashley. in the champagne color. And then the red and then the other green. Right? Yes. Okay. Y'all, my life, I'm struggling. But anyways, I know that it's kind of a serious topic to be talking about on a plan with me, but I just think that it's important to talk about. I think that sometimes we just don't realize that there's power in learning from each other. And maybe I've made some mistakes along the way that you can learn from. Maybe you've made some mistakes I can learn from. Or maybe I've found ways to navigate through things that are difficult and you can help me out. Or the other way around, you know? So I think it's important to talk to each other and, you know, help each other through things like that. Like, it's not an easy thing for anybody. And so why not just talk about it? Bet you know some things I don't. All right, now we're on Friday. Okay. What is she doing? She's trying to get some, to tell the person how much she wants. I don't know. I can only see like the tip of her hand, so I can't tell exactly. It looks like she's holding up a peace sign, but, or she could be saying the number 2. I don't know. But anyways, I just like to help people and talk about things. Oh my gosh, you guys, you saw that I did that with the headers. I'm like a mess today. What is happening to me? Probably because I got home at midnight last night and I'm exhausted, and I'm always exhausted, and I'm going bananas, and my kiddos are cray-cray. And now there's more of them, so it's even more cray-cray. And I'm thinking about homeschool lessons and swirling around the videos that I need to film and all the things that need to be done today. So I'm kind of spinning. My head is in a lot of different directions. So there's that. Okay. Perfect. Love it. Mean it. Saturday we're going to do this double box. It's lovely. And I love farmers markets and all things green. Green is my favorite color because it signifies life to me. I just love it so much. Winter is very difficult. I do like the winter in some ways. There are some things that I do like about it, but it's very difficult for me to navigate through. I wouldn't say depressed, but I would say down for sure. And it's just not very fun. So I'm happy for the sunshine. My husband laughs at me. We just had like a huge rainstorm, and it wasn't like thundering and lightning and craziness. It wasn't like that, but it was like pouring rain, and it was beautiful. And it smelled amazing. And I'm so sorry that light just went off because my phone is dying. My camera is dying because my phone is dying. And now my flash just went off, so it probably got a little bit darker. I'm so sorry. Let's go get the charger and fix that problem. Okay, I think we're back in business now, so let's get this done. So anyways, I don't even remember what I was saying. I think I was talking about like the green and being happy. Let's see, I'm on the red now again. Nope. I'm on the champagne color first. And this is the last one I have, so I'll have to use that other color next time, but that's okay. That's why I love these, because even if you have to kind of deviate from the pattern, you don't notice because it's on separate pages. So I mean, you might notice a little bit if it's like on like the double page, but it's really not that big of a deal because it's just different enough that little things you don't notice. And so that's so good for a person like me who like messes everything up. Because I'm not a perfectionist. I you know, on some things I try to be, but you know, I'm not a perfectionist. Let's just be honest. If I was, I would be a very sad person. Okay, I've got to get these words. That's why it's going to be tricky with this one. I'm going to have some scissors, I think. Or let's just use my slicer. It's not a slice tool. I'm not that fancy, but it does slice, and it is a tool. So I suppose it can be. Yeah. I was like, do I want to do this? Yeah, I gotta. But anyways, well, green things make me feel good about life, makes me feel alive, and it makes me feel happy. So I like them. I like being around plants and things like that. Honestly, but you know, the sad part is I can't keep anything alive. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to be, you know, different and do different things and try to learn how to keep things alive better, but I've never been able to do it yet. So I've never been able to like really have plants thrive under my watch and things like that. I feel like I either water them too much, or I don't water them enough, or I don't, you know. And so I'm trying to get better, because I really want to grow a garden and food and all the fun things that I truly feel like would be beneficial to my family. But right now, I mean, we rent a house in the middle of the city with a small city yard, and you know, I do want to have a couple of raised beds and just small things like box plants that I can just keep here. But it's a little bit more difficult when you live in the city like I do. I wouldn't choose city living if I had the choice. I would live like, I want to venture in the great wide somewhere. What movie is that off of? If you don't know, we can't be friends. But yeah, I would love to just live in the middle of nowhere. It would make me very happy. Maybe like close enough to where going to get groceries is not like the world's biggest thing, but far enough away that you can like go off grid if you need to or want to, and you don't have to be in the hustle and bustle of everyone. So I wish that was the case, but right now it's not. So maybe one day, when the price of things, if the price of things ever goes down to a reasonable rate, and you know, and we want to make that step. Okay, so cute. I'm almost done. I just love this planner, you guys. It's so much fun, and it keeps me motivated, and I have been decorating it so cute to just look out throughout the week, and I just like it. It's fun. It's just really fun. And I like the functionality of it, which I never thought I would say, because I'm such a person who likes change and chaos and things in my spreads, and I like how it's so functional, but it's still really fun and cute. And to me, that can be a little bit hard to do sometimes. To make it cute and fun and functional can be sometimes a little bit hard. Okay, now I'm missing this one, so since this one doesn't have all of them anyways, I'm going to use this guy, and I should be done with that. I might just go ahead and use a bunch of those since I have them out, and just get them used up. I almost did it again. Almost did it again. Crazy lady. I'm all over the place today. I'm talking about controversial topics, and I'm putting the wrong headers down and all of those things, but you know, to me, admitting things are hard, and admitting that there's issues and that you don't have it all together makes you a better person and a better parent. You know? Just saying. Okay. Now, almost done. So cute. And then we're going to do the, just kind of like the dashboard page. which I do enjoy, but I haven't been utilizing very much, honestly, and I need to, because I'm always looking for ways of listing things, and that's what I need to use it for. Like videos I need to do and all of these things. Like that's what I need to use this for too. Okay, super cute. And then our last box here. And then I still have a whole crap ton of these Planner Pixie Co. Honestly, I didn't even use any of them. I'm just using these, which I knew I wouldn't use a lot, but I wanted some options. And so I have those left to do as I wish later on. All right, and then we'll use this guy. This is alone. Well, now that box is alone, but that's okay. Super cute. Love it. Mean it. Okay, go to the next. All right, I'm going to put the washi across. And then... Okay. Perfect. Like it. Okay, let's do it at the bottom too, just because... I really like this washi. I think it's adorable. I haven't seen any Dollar Tree washi that I like in a really long time, because it's all like super cartoony and I don't really like that. But there have been some Dollar Tree washis in the past that I absolutely love and I still use all the time, but not lately. Okay, there actually hasn't been much in Dollar Tree that I like lately, but mine has like stickers and like this like hard like resin kind of stickers and stuff. Those are freaking amazing. So there are some things that I'm like, whoa, these are awesome. But $1.25, that just wasn't cool, man. Inflation. Okay, we're gonna do, I think I'm just gonna leave it alone, honestly. And I think I'm just going to leave room to scribble, and I'll probably put a couple of checklists down or whatever, and I'm just going to leave it alone. So let's put this all back in the planner and see what we're working with. I have not finished this week that we're in. Today's Saturday, and I haven't even caught up since like Thursday, I think, but I will go back. Obviously, I don't like to go back in this planner. I would rather do it in the moment. That's kind of, I just opened that the wrong way. Somebody's going to say something to me. Don't. It's okay. See, like, this is a beautiful spread, and then today is Saturday, so I've missed these 2 days. I need to go back and fill that out, but I did use it, you know, first half of the week. And if I don't use it and fill this whole thing up, it's okay. I don't put that pressure on myself because it's lovely. I love to look at it, and I do use it. I don't know if I flipped back on the last week, but see, like, I didn't fill out Sunday, barely filled out Saturday, but I filled it out all the rest. And so, you know, sometimes you use it more than others, but I'm loving it, I can tell you that. So this is the way it's going to look Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So that's what it's going to look like. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye, guys.